Let's welcome Premier to give us some words.
武侯为之荣誉主席、韩如博会长、各位团员、各位贵宾，大家好。
Chairman Emeritus Paul Wolfowitz, President Rupert Hammond Chambers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
首先，非常高兴看到武侯为之大使再度率领美台商业协会访问团来台。武侯为之大使过去担任协会主席期间，曾多次率领美商企业来台访问，对促进台美贸易关系不遗余力。
Firstly, it is a pleasure to see Ambassador Wolfowitz leading a U.S.-Taiwan Business Council delegation to Taiwan once again. During his past tenure as chairman of the council, Ambassador Wolfowitz led U.S. business delegations to Taiwan several times, sparing no effort in seeking to advance Taiwan-U.S. economic and trade relations.
此次访团成员包括了来自高科技、国防、能源及金融等产业的重量级美国企业，展现了美国商业界对深化台美经贸交流的支持。本人在此诚挚地欢迎各位贵宾的到来。
Today's delegation consists of representatives of U.S. major companies from the high-tech, defense, energy, and financial industries, among others. This demonstrates the U.S. business community's support for deepening Taiwan-U.S. economic and trade exchanges. I hereby extend a very warm welcome to you all.
长久以来，贵协会强力支持深化台美经济双边关系，贸易、投资及安全等面向都是最佳的伙伴关系，并持续透过联系美国政府及国会部门，主办了企业论坛、投书美国主流媒体等方式，向各界强调台美经贸伙伴关系的重要性，是我国推动深化台美关系的坚实伙伴。
Over the years, the USTBC has strongly supported the deepening of various aspects of our bilateral partnership, including economics, trade, investment, and security, in consulting with the U.S. administration and Congress, hosting business forums, and sharing views with U.S. mainstream media. The Council has continued to assist in emphasizing the importance of Taiwan-U.S. economic and trade relations. The Council is a staunch partner to Taiwan in promoting stronger ties with the United States.
本人要在此特别肯定美台商业协会的贡献，感谢贵协会长期以来对台美关系的坚定支持。
I would like to recognize the contribution of the USTBC and thank you all for your unwavering long-term support for Taiwan.
台美经贸关系近年来稳健提升，去年我国为美国第9大贸易伙伴，美国则是我国第2大贸易伙伴。
Taiwan-U.S. economic and trade relations have been steadily advancing in recent years. In 2022, Taiwan was the United States' 9th largest trading partner, and the United States was Taiwan's 2nd largest trading partner.
尽管疫情严峻，去年6月，台湾仍然组团赴美参加选择美国投资高峰会议，台湾代表团人数超过100人，规模连续5年蝉联全球之冠。彰显了我国政府跟民间企业强化台美经贸合作的强烈意愿。
Despite the severe COVID-19 pandemic, Taiwan still sent a sizable delegation of over 100 members to the Select USA Investment Summit last June. Taiwan's delegation to Select USA have been the largest of all delegations sent from around the world for 5 consecutive years. This signals the strong intentions of both the public and private sectors in Taiwan to strengthen economic and trade cooperation with the United States.
去年10月，我外贸协会在美国华府举办2022美国台湾形象展，本人也赴美共襄盛举，鼓励台美双边产学深化合作，期许双方能够整合彼此产业的优势，共同创建更安全、更具韧性的供应链。
Last October, the Taiwan External Trade Development Council held a Taiwan Expo in Washington, D.C. I participated in the event in person, encouraging stronger industrial and academic cooperation between Taiwan and the United States. Looking ahead, I hope that each side can further integrate the other's industrial strengths and jointly create more secure and resilient supply chains.
台美互为彼此可信任且优先的经贸合作伙伴，因此，双方政府持续透过台美贸易及投资架构协定 （TIFA）、会谈，还有经济繁荣伙伴对话及科技贸易及投资合作架构等多项机制，来促进双方就贸易议题、经济政策跟产业合作等面向来进行交流。
Taiwan and the United States are trustworthy and priority trading partners to one another. Our governments thus continue to facilitate cooperation on trade issues, economic policy, and industrial collaboration, particularly through such mechanisms as the Trade and Investment Framework Agreement Council, the Economic Prosperity Partnership Dialogue, and Technology, Trade, and Investment Collaboration Framework.
去年6月，双方更宣布启动台美21世纪贸易倡议，并于今年1月在台举行谈判。双方未来将持续就倡议包括的多元贸易议题进行交流，以及达到高标准且具经济意义的贸易协定。
Last June, both sides announced the launch of the Taiwan-U.S. Initiative on 21st Century Trade. A round of negotiations was held in Taiwan in January. Both sides will continue to discuss a diverse range of trade issues under the initiative, aiming to create high-standard and economically meaningful trade agreements.
本人相信，台美能在前接各项的机制下，建立更全面的经贸伙伴关系。更希望以此为基础，逐步推动与美签署双边贸易协定，为双方的产业进一步开创台美经贸投资的新业。
I believe that both sides can establish a more comprehensive economic and trade partnership under the mechanisms that I just mentioned. Moreover, I hope that building on the foundation established through these mechanisms, Taiwan and the United States can launch negotiations on the signing of a bilateral trade agreement. This would open up new prospects for our industries in the context of our nation's economic, trade, and investment relationship.
此外，我政府也曾盼与美尽速洽签，避免双方双重课税协定。希望贵协会也能够协助向美国政府表达洽签台美 ADTA 的重要性，透过降低双方企业在跨国投资时面临的税务压力，为双方的企业和人才交流创造利基。
In addition, the government of Taiwan sincerely looks forward to signing the Avoidance of Double Taxation Agreement, or ADTA, with the United States as soon as possible. I hope that the USTBC can convey this to the U.S. government, the need for the end importance of signing such an accord. This would alleviate some of the tax pressures faced by enterprises on both sides and create niches for industrial and talent exchanges.
以上深化台美经贸制度性的往来的机制，都需要贵协会来继续大力的支持。
The mechanisms I have just discussed for advancing Taiwan-U.S. institutional engagement in economic and trade all require the strong and continuing support of your council.
最后，很高兴美台商业协会再度组团来访，我政府将持续透过台美各项双边机制，带动更多的双边投资和贸易， 进一步深化台美互为彼此优先贸易伙伴的合作关系。诚挚的期盼贵协会未来能够持续为台美经贸合作提供助力，与台湾携手共创佳绩。
In closing, I am delighted that the USTBC delegation is once again visiting Taiwan. My government will continue to promote bilateral investment and trade and further deepen our nation's priority trading relationship through a range of bilateral mechanisms. And I earnestly look forward to seeing the USTBC continue to support Taiwan-US economic and trade cooperation. Together, we can create a prosperous future for both our economies.
再次感谢各位的来访，并祝各位在台的行程圆满顺利。谢谢大家。Thank you very much.
Thank you again for your visit. I wish you all the best for a pleasant and successful stay in Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier. Now, let's welcome Ambassador to give us some words.
Your Excellency, Dr. Premier, there aren't too many premiers anywhere in the world with PhDs in epidemiology. And yours, of course, is from Johns Hopkins University, which has a special place in my heart. I noticed you graduated from there, not talking about your age, you're much younger than I. You graduated.
陈院长阁下，
Okay, yes? You graduated 50 years ago, but you're much younger than I. 50 years ago, I was becoming the Assistant Secretary of State and dealing with Taiwan at a very senior level in the U.S. State Department. And unfortunately, because of our unofficial policy, I wasn't allowed to come here. So we were dealing at arm's length. And happily, that's much reduced now. At any rate, thank you very much for those comments. I want to make sure you realize this is one of the largest delegations we've had from the U.S. Taiwan Business Council, I think, in many years. And of course, it's the first in a few years because of COVID. And I'm delighted to be able to be...
陈院长阁下，您是约翰霍普金斯大学毕业的工位学家，那您是50年前毕业的，那也不小心透露了您的年纪了。但是50年之前呢，我本身也是在国务院担任高层，那不幸的是，因为当时美台之间的关系并不是官方的关系，因此我没有办法访问台湾。但是非常感谢刚刚陈院长的美言。那我们这是疫情以来算是最大的，我们也是历年来USTBC 访问台湾的访问团当中最大的之一，只是因为疫情而许多年没有访问了。
My apologies, I know that you don't need translation, but there are many others who do. No? Okay, I'll go ahead then. But I want to tell you that the Council is very strongly supportive of the economic agreements that you emphasized so eloquently in your comments, and being able to quote you as an authority on so many subjects, including public health, including governance, in support of these agreements is very helpful to us. I believe that the U.S.-Taiwan business relationship is a critical piece of building confidence in Taiwan. And we feel that great progress has been made in that area because, Rupert, you're sure I don't need to stop? Okay, I'm assured I don't need the translation. Okay. By a survey of American businesses that show that business confidence in Taiwan has been increasing impressively in the last few years, which is a real tribute to you and your government and the environment that a free society and an open society brings to business. What that does, I believe, is very much reinforces peace in this region, which is something that is not only in the interest of the people of Taiwan, but also, I believe, in the interest of people of China and the people in the United States, and indeed to the whole world. Because a war that in the Taiwan Strait is not going to stay in the Taiwan Strait. It's going to spread and have terrible impacts all over the world. So, as I said to my colleagues may say, you said this already. Yes, I've said it once already. But the key to preventing war in the Strait is confidence in Taiwan. And it's deterrence and diplomacy. As a famous Prussian king said in the 18th century, that diplomacy without arms is like an orchestra without instruments. So we've been very supportive also of the Taiwan arms sales and of trying to make sure that Taiwan gets the weapons that it needs and requests and gets them in sufficient quantities and in the time frame that's necessary, which is much faster than the U.S. government tends to operate. But Rupert and his colleagues are all over the State Department accelerating things, and I think a lot of success has been achieved by that. I can't, to be honest, get over the fact that there was actually, as COVID descended on the world, there was actually one vice president of a country who was a PhD in epidemiology. And that, it's not an accident, comrade, as the old communists used to say, that Taiwan has one of the best records, I believe, in dealing with COVID. And it's a disgrace that the WHO, which has a terrible record, was unwilling to communicate properly with Taiwan or to bring Taiwan into the World Health Assembly. And I believe that that should be a question that's high on the list of issues that would be tests of whether the People's Republic of China is serious about peace in the Strait. Would be the obvious thing would be to reach out to Taiwan on this issue that is of a common interest and of global interest. And I hope when you leave this job, or whatever government job you leave, that you won't leave the subject, because I think that Taiwan has a great deal to teach the world about what works and what doesn't work in combating epidemics. And unfortunately, COVID will be with us probably much longer than we would like, and it's not going to be the last pandemic that comes out in this kind of way. So what you can tell the world about what Taiwan has done and why it works and what you think doesn't work will have a great impact. And if we can help magnify that voice through the U.S.-Taiwan Business Council, I'm sure that Rupert will be as energetic on that one as he is on almost everything else. So it's a pleasure to be here with you again. We had some very good meetings in the past. I look forward to this meeting, and as you can see around the room, we've got a very large and very knowledgeable group of people representing a wide range of American businesses, and with many comments and questions that I'm sure you'll be interested in hearing from, and they will be interested in your answers as well. So let me leave the stage here and thank you once again for everything you've done for Taiwan and for the world, and as a remarkable citizen of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. 本场媒体开放到此结束，我们请媒体朋友向外移动。
哇，我是听到直接就放。